Hello, everyone. I'm so glad you're here. I have a lot to talk about because I haven't done a video in a couple days, but I have so much to talk about that I'm just going to kind of wing it and see what flows along and see what comes up. I went to church last Sunday, today's Sunday, but I figured I kind of wanted to do this video today instead of going. It was a really nice service though, because the pastor talked about forgiveness. It was really interesting because there's that book, The Five Love Languages, that's pretty popular right now, and talks about like the love languages of some people. It's doing services. Some people like affirmation, positive affirmations. There's other things in there, but anyway, he kind of went along that and saying that there's 5 ways that people like to have an apology. And so I found that really interesting. I actually took some notes on that, and one of these videos I'll probably bring that up, but that's not for today. I just kind of got a little sidetracked because it's Sunday, church day, and the pastor, I will say this, I'm not like a super Christian in the sense that there's 2 pastors at my church and I really love one of them, and when I go and the other one's gonna be preaching, I'm like, oh. And I know we're not supposed to be that way, right? So today I want to talk about, for one thing, I'm excited about this thing that I bought yesterday. Da-da-da-da! My very first kettlebell. It's just a 10-pounder. I was thinking about getting the 15-pounder for some reason, even though in my head the whole time I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go get this 10-pound kettlebell because I want to bring it when I go on trips. I like to go to my cousin's house and he does like this. He calls it Weight Wednesdays in his gym. And all the weights are really heavy. But I was thinking I could bring that for myself. And but yeah, I had it in my mind I was gonna get a 10-pound weight the whole time. But then when I got there, I was like, oh well, I don't know, maybe I need a 15-pound one. I am getting pretty strong. The lies we tell ourselves. I tried to swing it because when you do the whole thing, so you like go like this and then just swing it like over your head and go back down, and it kind of like works this core too. And then I do this one where I go like this around. But yeah, when I tried to swing the 15-pound one up over my head, like could barely do it. So that was my reality check, and yeah, I didn't want to end up swinging that over my head and then somehow dropping it. So I'm excited about my new purchase, and I wrote down like so many things to talk about because I've been having a really difficult time in the evenings. And I think it's because for the last few months, well, at least 6 months, I've been working in the evening. So I haven't had to address any of this. And it feels like it's like the window, I'm going to say between 6 and 9, because it's like you've already kind of eaten your dinner and then you just have the evening to figure out what you're going to do. Well, you're generally tired. I go to bed pretty early. I'm in bed for sure by 9, usually sleep by then, if not by 10. I stayed up till 11 yesterday because it was Saturday. But it's almost like this weird vortex where I go into like my negative habits, which has been eating sugar, and like, I guess, they call it doom scrolling. It's just like, I never knew what that meant totally, because I just figured it meant that you're like scrolling to find like something bad, which I'm never trying to find something bad. But I think it's also if you just have a bad feeling, so you're just like scrolling to try to find the next thing to be distracted by. And I did a lot of that the past couple days. And I do remember now too that when I was doing my fast, that it was exactly at 7 o'clock was when I broke it because I couldn't handle it anymore. So I'm intent on figuring out something to do in that window that doesn't have me bringing more negativity into my life, or letting my subconscious rule me, or eating Oreos. I ate a bunch of Oreos last night and the night before, so I'm not going to buy any more. Tonight, I can 100% for sure say I'm not going to be eating Oreos. So there's at least that. I started taking creatine about 5 days ago. I don't know if there's any of you guys that know about that. Well, before I even get into that, I'm going to say thank you to everyone that gave a thumbs up on my last video, because I noticed there was more of them than usual. And I had mentioned in the beginning of it that for people to give the thumbs up, the like. So thumbs up to all of you guys. That made me really happy. Okay, so back onto my topic. So in the winter, I had tried taking creatine, because I know this probably sounds crazy to some people, but I actually do want to gain a little bit of weight. And I think I already feel like I can have. I mean, I don't necessarily want it to be here, though unfortunately some of it I think is going to be. But like, I do feel like my thighs are getting bigger and stronger. And I like that. I had gotten down to 120 pounds, which I feel like is kind of skinny. I don't know. I prefer, like, I've been 125 for like 6 years now. So I feel like straying too much from that is off somehow. But, and I go to the gym all the time. So I was thinking, if creatine's like helping all the bodybuilders, I want to try it. But when I tried it in the winter time, I was working, and you have to be able to drink water when you take it. And I wasn't able to drink as much water. So I figured now if I take it, it'll be better. So we'll see. It's been like 6 days. I'm going to try it for a month and see. And I only take half a dose compared to a lot of people. But I do think it has pumped up my workouts a little bit, and I feel extra sore. I was noticing a few videos ago that my I thought it was my hips were sore, but I think it's actually like this whole area. So I'm gonna do some twists and stuff for that today. I got a massage yesterday, so I really couldn't see myself doing anything but having a relaxing day after that. And so I just went to like a cafe and had a chai and came and had a nap, and everything was going great, la-ti-da, until the evening time came. There's this saying, there's a lot of sayings in spirituality that have taken me a while to come to a grasp with, like, my understanding of them. But one of them is as above, so below. And people are always saying that. Well, some people, there's certain teachers I have that like to say that all the time. And I'm just like, okay, I know that you really like to say this, and you really seem like satisfied with yourself every time you say it, but I still have no idea what it means. And so I was finally figuring it out. I know it sounds so simple, but basically, so your subconscious would be like the below. And if your subconscious is like, you haven't kind of come to terms with it, or you haven't acknowledged it, and you haven't become aware of it at all, for one thing, it's always going to like keep you in this cycle. But if it's like messy and dark, or in chaos, then your life, the above part, is also going to have a lot of that chaos and darkness to it. So it's good to examine, if you can meditate and examine on what's there, bring it to the surface, bring light to it. I wrote a whole list of things that we can do to become lighter yesterday. I'm very proud of that, so I will get into that at some point. And when I went to the dollar store yesterday, I got this blue mascara to wear today. And I'm super proud of that because look how cool. It's like kind of bringing the 80s back, I was thinking. Like everything, the 80s just reminds me of like rock and roll, partying. I mean, a lot of that wasn't good, but people had fun doing it. Trust me, I know my mom was in a band in the 80s, a women's rock band. So she's a drummer. That's something I haven't told you guys before. She plays guitar and piano really well too, but that was her part in the band, was a drummer. So I was raised in a musical household. It was fun. Like, I never got into the drums or even really guitar until I was a little older, but it was fun coming home from different things. Like, I would go to different FFA meetings, and I was really big into doing public speaking. And so we would have trips where you go out of town for multiple days, and I'd come home and my mom would be, and there we had a living room and then like a second living room with a drum set. And she'd be in there like jamming out on the drums all crazy. I remember that. That was fun, actually. Here, I'm going to do a lot of twists because I was finding out yesterday that the twist is what I needed. So, like these. I was really into doing speeches, and it's funny because I saw this video where a professor in a college told all the students, it was like a big auditorium, that they could either do like a 5-minute dance in front of the class, or they could, do like a 10-page paper or something crazy like that. And there was people saying, oh, this couldn't be real, because only one person chose to do the dance and everyone else wanted to do the paper. And people were saying like, oh, that can't be real. And I can tell you, I'm here to tell you that 100% that can be real, because I would have been the person doing the dance, because I have no issues being in front of people. I don't even care. Well, for one thing, I did do dance when I was younger. I did cheerleading. I did all of that, but I had a class in college where the professor offered us to do a speech in front of class or write a paper. And I was the only person that volunteered to do the speech. And I remember I was nervous about it because there were these really bratty, I'll say bratty, girls that were in there in that class. And I knew they were going to cause a problem for me. So I was prepared for them when I did my speech. When I was in the middle of doing it, and they were like talking back and forth and like laughing and like interrupting it. So I stopped and paused, and I just looked right at them and I go, do you guys have something to add? They shut right up. I carried on with my speech, smooth sailing after that. Forward fold. Inhale, up dog. We'll just say, I was good at being in front of people, and I'm pretty good at BSing too, because a lot of the speeches I did impromptu speaking. So you're like given a topic, and then you have a certain amount of time, and then you just kind of have to wing it. I remember I had to do a speech about OSHA. And And I didn't even know what OSHA stood for. I didn't even know what it was, but just by gathering, like kind of reading something else about it, I was like, okay, so this has to do with like the workplace, right? So I know that. So I wrote this whole speech and I gave it. And then at the end, the people on the panel go, okay, so do you know what OSHA stands for? That's after I gave this whole speech acting like I was a professional about it. Yeah, so I didn't win that one. I came up with Oregon State Health Administration. That was pretty close, actually. Okay, I didn't realize this video is going to be so long. I haven't even done any yoga, so I don't know. I'll probably just have to do that when I'm by myself, because I want to get to this list, because I want us to be lighter is the thing. I don't want us to be at 6 p.m. tonight eating Oreos and like being depressed, okay? So here's my list for today, and you guys have to pick one thing, or you can come up with your own thing to be lighter. I do like many things during the day. During the day, I actually can be really light. It's at 6 o'clock at night that I have to make a list of like what I'm going to do between 6 and 9. Tonight I was thinking I'll watch a Disney movie, because I never do that, and I always like try to turn them off if they're on, but I was thinking it has to at least be light, so I'm gonna try to do that. Okay, things to be lighter. Wear your favorite outfit. And yes, guys have them too. Guys have at least have their favorite shirt. I know that for sure, because I've always tried to hide them or get rid of them in the past when someone's wearing the same thing over and over again. I did that to my sister. She got really mad because she had worn these same really ugly pants for the longest time after her pregnancy. I knew if I didn't get rid of them, she was just gonna keep wearing them. Anyway, okay, next on the list, listen to an upbeat song. You guys know I love doing that. No sad songs on repeat. I've also done that in the past. Believe me. Do a meditation. I actually just was saying Om the other day. Say Om 21 times and see what comes up. And you can just count on your fingers and your toes till you get to 21. Donate to an organization or a person. I was excited at the thrift store the other day because this young guy was buying a jacket and he was asking me my opinion, and I'm like, well, I mean, yeah, it looks great on you, but I was giving him the other side too. I'm like, well, it is gonna be warm weather, so I was doing my whole balancing thing. But he was gonna buy it, and I had a 20% off coupon that I wasn't going to use. So I was like super happy when I gave it to him, and he was all excited. And I mean, from a pretty woman, it might have even felt like it was worth more than 20%. That's what I was thinking. And this one, I know you guys will be like, hey, I'm not doing that one. But if you feel, especially if you feel like it, if you don't feel like it, don't force it. I used to try to force it sometimes. Is cry. Just let out the feelings, let out the emotions. That way you don't have an attachment onto it. Like, you can feel the feeling without becoming that emotion. Like, you can feel anger, but not become angry all day. Like, you can feel the sadness, but not be like sad, depressed all day. You just feel it and like release it. I feel like I find the best time if I'm gonna cry about something and I need to, and I feel it in there, is in the car. I have tinted windows, so people can't see me. Nobody will know. And then on the last thing I wanted to say is that I saw this saying that said that hope stands for having only positive expectations, and I really love that. Because for a long time, like, hope was almost a weird trigger word for me. Like, I didn't like it because I felt like it was kind of passive. Like, well, I hope this. I hope I have a good day. I hope I don't eat a bunch of Oreos tonight. And it's like, no, you're hoping, you're having a positive expectation, only a positive expectation that you won't do that. And that feels so much better to me because I'm like, okay, I can do that. So in the comments, tell me something you're going to do to be lighter if you want to do that. I love hearing from you guys, and I hope you all have a wonderful day.